Deja, get fucking coconut mall. Yeah, coconut mall. Deja, do you want to talk about how you're self-conscious about Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters? Why don't you want to talk about it? Why? How is it what happened to you on that ride? I love how we went to Disneyland. I was like, let's do it. That one looks so cool. And he was like, no. I have beef with Buzz Lightyear. Not Tim Allen. Specifically Buzz Lightyear. I gotta animate. You ever just gotta do art, Deja? You ever just... before you bust. You know what I mean? Just bust. Bustin' makes me feel good. DJ Busta Rhyme. Oh my goodness. It's just been a bunch of weird days. You know how it is. Also, Deja got Oswald toys. You can barely hear Deja.
Yeah!
But, let's move it around. Let me move my... Maybe it would be better over
My
here.
voice is important.
I know it is. As a strong, independent Asian man, you need a lot of... You need to have your voice be heard. How's that? I pointed the mic directly at Deja because they are naturally a very quiet person. Hello, Riku. Hello, Paula. Hello, Kate. That's me. Bet you didn't know. I have my headphones off slightly because I'm like, I want to hear my friends speak. What wisdom do they have to share?
You gotta hear Oswald munch.
You gotta hear Oswald munch.
Munch, munch, crunch, crunch.
Oswald be munching. You know? I come into some bang music. What are we listening to right now? Oh, it's Nintendo. I mean, it was always going to be Nintendo, but I do not recognize it. Are insanely quiet compared to music. I love my life. What the fuck has happened? Okay. It's not anyone else's fault. I think at some point yesterday, during fucking like Sekiro, the fucking forbidden game. I mean, thank you for telling me, obviously, but I think my audio just was like, we give up, surrender. That was that. They just say something. Say, yeah, boy.
Yeah!
That was a little
Did
too.
you like that?
No, not really. But let me turn this up, there, and then this down. Yerp. Can I get a fucking yerp?
I had an impulsive thought.
What's that?
Swallowing the microphone.
Oh my goodness. Please don't. I feel like I appreciate that, Oak. It helps a lot. Lyrics are appreciated, but helping me fix audio issues is even more appreciated. It looks like we're extremely loud right now. So I'm just gonna turn us down a bit more. Daisy, well, how do you feel?
Yerp.
That was quiet on purpose.
Small yerp.
Small yerp. No, you're actually good. I am not good. I need fucking therapy. But besides that, I appreciate it, Oak. Deja, do you want to be my therapist?
Absolutely not.
What do you want to do?
Die.
No, don't. But Deja, there's streams to be had.
It's dying hours. Woo!
No, it's not. It's never those hours. Thank you so much for Deja. They won't be back until they've been checked into a mental hospital. So don't worry about what happens to Deja. We'll take good care of Deja here.
If I disappear.
I'm just gonna make little water nipples. So
You have to describe them as nipples?
well, I mean, what else do you describe as a little thing? You know when like a water droplet drops into the water and it leaves a little bumpums?
Bumpums?
Water nipple is what it is.
Bumpums?
Fish don't have nipples. That's the main thing that makes them fish, yeah? Well, Deja, do you know why we're called mammals? Or no? Deja, answer the question, yes or no?
I have a feeling you're gonna tell me.
I mean, only if you don't know. Do you know? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no because I want to hear you say it.
Okay. It's because based off the word mammary gland.
Okay.
Boobs. Nipples. This is how we know that Mario is a mammal. Because we've seen his nipples in game. I don't know if we've seen Luigi's nipples, though. So he might be something else. We can only assume based off the fact that he's Mario's brother that he's probably a mammal. Bowser's a reptile, because he's always naked and doesn't have any nipples. So we can say for sure. Mario is extra a mammal when he's in a cat suit, because then he has 6 of them down the front of the suit. You ever think about this, Deja?
No.
You ever
I
think
can't say
about
I
the
do.
animals we do and do not know are mammals
No.
based off of whether or not they have nipples?
No.
Think about it. Deja, name a game. Name any game.
Bayonetta.
Do we know she's a mammal? She doesn't have... We have never seen her nipples. I know you've tried to, but like...
Gotta get up close and personal to the nipples.
Exactly.
To the
You got...
nipples.
You really got to investigate.
Nipple party.
Oh my goodness. You need to not say that. I don't think... Wait. I have to look up if rabbits have nipples. Because I just looked at the emote of Oswald, and then I looked at him. And I don't know if he has nipples.
Oswald, show me your nipples.
Do rabbits have
Show me your boobies.
nipples? Most medium to large sized female rabbits have 8 to 10 nipples. So they have extra...
8 to 10.
I know. Where are they keeping it? Where do they put it?
Don't dogs have like 6?
Yes. I think dogs and cats have like... Dogs and cats, I believe, don't have like one single number of nipples. They can have like a couple different varieties of them. They can have extra ones. I hope this is the kind of stream everyone was hoping would happen today. Because if not, I have bad news. It's the stream that is happening today. What's 25 plus 15 is 40.
I had to do math today.
What?
And I said I had to do math today and it was awful.
Uh
There's a man, he had like the same cases of like cat food.
huh.
And you know how it's like 12 at the top, 12 at
Yeah.
the bottom? So he had those. And he was like, I didn't know they were all the same flavor because he only put like one case on the thing and then had
Yeah.
the rest in the cart. So I thought it was like 2 different ones.
Yeah.
So I rung up the case that was in front of me and it was like 2 of them were missing. So I was like, okay, this is 22.
Mario's missing. Continue.
So then I was like, so then I looked over and I noticed that he had more. And he was like, yeah, there's 75. And I was like, what? I was like, wait, what? So I'm staring at the cases and I'm like trying to do the math in my head. And I'm like, this isn't working. This isn't working. And I was just like, I'm about to just put 24 in there 3 times until I just did the math on my phone. And then I was just like, sir, you were incorrect.
No. Was it? That's the thing, right? Because when I'll ring people up, they'll like tell me, but I do like to try and double check, and I don't know if everyone else there is like, dude, just put in the number they said. And I'll be like, no, you don't understand. They could be lying because there are people are insane.
They lie about crickets.
I know. People are like the most nuts. I still think retail work is easier than restaurant work, but like, people are still more insane when they go to retail. Well, I say that, but some people are just like, excuse me. I ordered a somewhat medium well steak, and this is a very medium well steak. I need it for free. Give it to me for free. And those people are going straight to hell.
Was it necessary to have that voice?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, because did it make me sound insufferable?
It made you sound constipated.
Yeah, that person was. Deja, most, like, awful people are constipated.
Good to know.
In the heart.
Good to know.
You said you were going to tell a crazy story about a lady. What's the
Well,
crazy?
this weird lady. Cause okay, so this lady comes in
Uh-huh.
and she's
Wait,
returning.
Step back. What did she do first? What happened at the start of the story?
Why do I have to repeat that?
Well, I just want to make sure I got it.
So this lady walks in the store.
Wait, okay, to the store.
You stop. So there's a lady, and she wanted to make a return.
Wait,
and
but where was she? I need to clarify.
She was making a return to the store, and it was like a big like pond filter, I think.
Oh yeah.
And already I know off the bat that shit's hella expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, I want to return it. And mind you, she didn't speak English very well. So when I asked her for her phone number, she was giving it to me in Spanish. And I was like,
basic Spanish, go.
I was like, I haven't taken Spanish in like 8 years. So, but I'm like trying to, because she said instead of saying like each number, she was trying to do it by like the 2 numbers. So it was like 20. So she was
Why
like,
would you do that?
Exactly. So I was like, if
we
were doing individual, I would have been there with you. And then you started to do.
If I went anywhere else and they spoke not English, I'd be like, I'm going to use numbers and I'm only going to use the first 9.
I'm going to break it down.
I have to hope. I'm picking up that you don't speak this.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you know the first 9 numbers of in English. But anyway, go on.
Once we got past that, I don't know, during the whole transaction, because you know, like, they have to have a receipt and, like, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But during the whole transaction, it felt very, like, shifty to me. Like, something was off, but I couldn't, like, quite put my finger on it. But I was just, like, nothing's wrong because she has the receipt. Everything's fine with it. It's, like, all there. But I was like, this is just weird. Because even when I was, like, in the middle of, like, trying to do the return, she was like, cash, right? Cash. I paid in cash.
Yeah,
and I was like, all right.
Man, we're going to need you to bring it down a bit.
And, like, I wanted to call, like, a manager, but I felt like if I said it over the radio, oh, can I get a manager? She would be like, well, you need a manager for blah, blah, blah. So then
I would have done it. I would have been like, because you're acting sus.
Well, because I knew it was, like, such a high-priced item, I knew they would have to do their manager ID anyway. So I knew at one point someone was going to have to come over. So I was like, all right, there's my saving grace. Mm-hmm. So when it got to that point and I was like, oh, I need a manager ID, Jen came up, and then Jen ended up, like, doing the whole transaction. And at first, Jen wasn't going to let her do it because she didn't have an ID with her.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, and then eventually...
I need this in cash, and you can't know my name.
Yeah, because she didn't have, like, an account set up with us. So, and Jen was just like, well, I need to document this. So that's why she, like, needed an ID. But eventually...
Was she like, no paper. We can't leave a trail.
Apparently. But then eventually she got somebody's ID. I don't even know who.
She pulled it out of the...
Yeah, because Jen...
She's like, we asked her for an ID. She said, Shia! And then one appeared before us.
She said, Shazam!
And it wasn't her on the picture, but I mean, when someone manifests an ID in front of you, you kind of just go with it.
But yeah, she had an ID, and then Jen let her, get her return. But I was just like, because I even asked her, I was like, is anything wrong with this? And she was like, no. And I was like, so you bought something you didn't need? I was like, I was so confused. I was just like, what is happening?
I always think it's whenever anyone, regardless of who it is, whenever someone's like returning something and it's like, and even like the slightest thing is off, like the moment something starts to go like weird or like, they're just like, no, I don't have anything, just return. My first thought is like money laundering, because you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
It's where, for those of you who don't know, it's where like you're basically doing a bunch of weird stuff, so when you do illegal money activities, it's harder to trace where it's all coming from, blah blah blah. But I mean, I probably haven't interacted with money launderers, but I might have. You don't know. Do you think you have? Do you genuinely think anyone who's ever come through any business you've been a part of has been doing a legal activity and is kind of at that business as some part of it?
Yes.
Yes?
I worked at ShopRite.
Damn. That's true. ShopRite, for sure, because it's so big and it's so general. Not when you wash your money in the laundry. Well, there is a thing. I learned this through a investigative journalist. But, like, there's a thing like that digitally where basically Like it's an official business, and the idea is to keep things anonymous. But literally, the only reason to do that is criminal crimes. But it's like an app where, crypto and that kind of stuff. You put the money in there. And
put the money in the bag. Continue.
Exactly. And like the lottery things or like the bingo things where they'll spin it and like a bunch of stuff is tumbling around. So you put it in there, it like swirls it around with a bunch of other cash. So then when you take it out, it's not necessarily yours. It's just the same amount. You get what I'm saying? Everyone's putting money in the pile. You take
sounds
some.
Sounds like the bank.
What?
I said it sounds like the bank.
Well, the bank usually has records of the transaction. This is anonymous, and usually it is supposed to be like your even if it's not like physically the dollar you hand it to them. It is still supposed to be like, this is the $1 you gave to us. Whereas like the idea of like crypto and all that shit is to be like, no, this $1 is one and you own it. This is your dollar. So. Oh, I know you were making a joke, Riku, but it reminded me of a real thing. And I'm fucked up like that. I like to tell tangential stories. Daisy, would you get a boat like this?
No, I don't want a boat. But you and somebody else in my life wants a boat.
Who's the other person?
You don't like them.
Damn. They don't want to... I mean, you already know what I do, right? I'm a pirate. There's only one thing to do. I don't fucks with you, so therefore, I'm sinking your boat. So are you saying you wouldn't want to be a pirate with me, Deja, if I got a boat? If I got a sailboat?
I mean, you can have a boat, and I can just be there.
And I can be on the boat.
I'm not personally having a boat.
You just don't want... It's like a child. You don't want the responsibility of a boat.
No.
Well, just how... Paula, I read that very differently, but I now get what you're saying. Hey, Deja, do you remember, like... Is it sine, cos, and tan? Are those the, like, triangle things in math on the calculator?
I think it's sin, tan, and cos.
It's what?
Sin, tan.
Sin? Oh,
cos.
gotcha. Did you ever learn what those are for?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
I probably did, but I forgot. I don't fucking know.
High school algebra was very hard for me.
8 years ago?
That was the class I got into a fight in. I think our one mutual friend was there. I'm not just gonna say her name on the thing. Here, I'll say that I think Natalie was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
okay. She saw me just choke someone, so that was cool. I was going through a rough patch. My life is a rough patch. What?
I said, and then I came along.
Yeah, exactly. My best friend.
That's disgusting.
Well, you got a big bald head. What am I gonna do?
We don't need to talk about my bald head.
What am I gonna do with a bald head besides kiss it until it's shiny?
Don't do that.
What if we took out
it's
like
already bad enough. My sibling wants to make my head a cue ball.
What? Are they gonna like knock you around on the pool table? Just like...
I was watching a video of Trixie Mattel.
Yeah.
And she cut her head, like, because you know she's bald. She cut her head, and then you could just see like a scar on the side of her head.
Yeah, I think my head's fucked up. That's why I'm probably gonna try and not go bald. And if I do, I'm wearing like bandanas and stuff. I mean, I
want to go bald, but then I'm terrified that like my head's gonna be fucked up. Cause my mom says I have an oddly shaped head.
Damn.
So you know that's where the
moms are so like cool and supportive.
That's where the trauma starts.
I know, honestly. There are some great moms out there, but I feel like base mom, very typical mom to have, can be very passive aggressive about stuff, and thus kind of end up with issues because of that.
You know what gameplay I was watching recently? And I meant to ask you about this. Why did the name escape me? Holy shit.
Is it a game I played? I
don't know. And I meant to ask you if you played it. Why did it escape me just that quick? Holy shit.
Is it Mom Simulator? Is it fucking... Mama's House? Is that what it was?
BioShock.
No, I've never played BioShock.
Okay.
Do you want to play it on the channel?
I don't know about all that. I'm nervous.
Do you want to play Super Mario World on the channel, Deja?
Yeah. Which one did we play before? Was that the same one or
That was
one?
3D World.
3D World.
Yeah. Well, you have a SNES, like a real SNES.
I do.
So, and that's the one on there. I'm gonna do, because did you see the trailer for Super Mario Wonder, Deja?
I didn't see the trailer, but I saw stuff about it.
Do you want to see the trailer?
I don't have to do it right in this moment.
No, but Deja, it's so trippy. He goes wahoo yippee, you know, like he does. You know how he does that? You know how he plays that funky music, white boy? You get what I'm saying here?
Silence.
You don't need to be like... Deja, you don't need to be passive-aggressive like a mom here, okay? You could support me a little. Yeah. And do you want to listen to music, Deja?
I'm chilling.
You're chilling with your pirate hat on?
Pirate hat you put on me.
Yeah. Are you excited for the live-action One Piece, Deja?
Didn't know that was happening.
Yeah. Do you want to watch the trailer for that on stream? I would get like, they'd be like, shut it down! Shut his stream! He's watching copyrighted Netflix material that has been reposted by literally everyone.
Oh, it's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Well, going to be on Netflix.
Yeah. Do you still have Netflix or not?
Yeah.
Okay. I might. I forget. If I do, it's definitely my family's collective one. I don't know if that's a thing anymore. Did you hear about Nimona?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'm very happy that everyone's like, it's good. Because we watch Shira together, and I love Shira. Shira's good. Everyone go watch that weirdly tenseful lesbian romance for kids. The tension in that show is thick. You know what I'm saying?
Like this ass.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
You need professional help.
Ooh, we've discussed this.
So we just started couple therapy, Deja, and it's not like therapy for couples to help them with their relationship. It's just we both need therapy, and we've gone splitsies on this one. So do us both.
I was seeing clips on TikTok about that show, Couples Therapy. They actually made that a show.
I don't know what that.
That shit is wild.
I'm terrified.
You should be, because it's awful.
That's the thing, you know. Can I be real? I'm like.
Are we trauma dumping?
What? No.
Okay.
This is different. Because I'm thinking about work tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. And I applied to like Acme and stuff, you know, supermarkets. Because if I'm being honest, I want to walk into the morning and not feel like everything is immediately falling apart. And I feel like if I'm just working with like, you know, how can groceries, like you worked at ShopRite. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, sure. But like if I'm going in just in the morning and stuff like that, how can everything already be exploding if it's just like boxes and stuff on it? Do you have any insight into this? Because you were in like specifically helping people check out, right?
Yeah. I mean, I never did like stocking.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. That's what I'm looking at. I mean, I wouldn't mind, like, you know, the what's it called? It's the help. One of my favorite stories you ever told me working at ShopRite was the person being like, yeah, I don't use self-checkout because it's going to take your guys' job. And you're like, my job.
They say that shit all the time, and I was like, bitch, I work at self-checkout. What do you think is happening?
You're robbing me of my job.
I'm like, you don't get your ass over here, bro. They're yelling at me to get you down here, and you don't want to be down here. Like,
You've got a quota to meet.
Oh my god, that reminds me of this lady today. So you know how we always have to have like a phone number for the store or whatever?
No, but go on. What's up?
Anyway, basically we always have to have a phone number to put in, or it messes up our numbers and our quota. Yeah. So this lady, she like came in and she had a phone number in the system and was just like, I don't want to give it to you.
That's wild.
And I was like, bro.
When they're not, when someone's not around to be like, Dylan, you gotta, I just like skip.
I fully,
Yeah.
I was doing that all day because it was so busy, and I was like, I'm not about to sit here and try to do this to the person. So there was like I got like a few today unexpectedly, but I was like, there was a lot that I was just like, all right, because I was like, I'm not about to sit here when there's a long ass line, and I'm trying to move these people because I don't want them in my face. I was like telling myself today too, as I was like checking people out, because I feel like usually at like PetSmart I'm much like slower than I would be compared to like how I was at ShopRite, and I was like, I just because it's like a different vibe or whatever.
Yeah.
But like literally when I was like checking people out, I was like back in my ShopRite days just trying to move people through the
well, that's
lines
what
and
I'm saying.
get the fuck out.
Well,
I was like, goodbye.
That's what I'm saying, because I don't want to immediately just be like, if nothing's happening, there's still like animals and stuff to be drawn. Even though I like working with them, it's still the people coming in makes it hectic and stuff like that. I do in some ways miss being a dishwasher, where as long as everything was chill, I would just be sitting back there with amongst the pans, and you know what I'm saying? I like that feeling, and I've just been chasing that high ever since. What was I thinking of? Yeah, I just love the people who will be like, they're like, I just got the Google Heart that has a chip in my heart, like, you know, like they're all hooked up and doing everything. They are on Facebook posting their like current location, and then it's like, okay, so we would like your email so that we can, you know, track like your points and stuff like that. Not because when we do that and like I sign someone up, I'm always putting like no for like opt-in stuff.
Yeah. I was
because that's not they don't even mention that when they tell you to do it. They're just like, yeah, just make sure you get their
I'm
stuff.
like, these people don't want these text messages.
But they'll be like, no, I don't need you guys tracking me. And I'll be like, I see the all technology on you right now.
Cause literally her one reason for like she had many reasons, they're all shit, but the one reason she was giving me on why she didn't want to give me the phone number was like, she was like, you guys sent me so many emails. I was like,
who's we?
I was like, what? I was like, you think when I type in your number, it's just automatically gonna send you an email? That's not how this works.
Honestly, I need to go and unsubscribe from some stuff on my one email, but I have two. One of them's for business, and one's just to sign up for shit. Yeah. And if y'all aren't on that train already, you need to be, because fucking I don't know what when a CEO or whoever decides to do that, where it's like we will send them an email from a bot every single day for the rest of their life. What are they thinking is going to happen? Are they thinking people are going to see it and be like, I should take them up on this opportunity to do stuff and everything? Because what actually happens is you just learn to like tune it out and stuff, and their business becomes non-effective. Are you looking at Oswald?
I was. He took a bite of it and then just looked at me like he was guilty.
He was like, "Don't look at me." Yeah. Mom was asking me about. Okay, this I hopefully okay. Completely unironically, I just want to talk to Deja about this. So, hopefully, people aren't listening intently. But
having a private conversation on a public platform.
Well, no, it's just I'm going to talk about money stuff, and if some people are in chat, they'll be like, money stuff. But I'm trying to like budget stuff out right now. So like Oswald is taken care of. I just haven't gotten him all the bells and whistles right now. Deja got him some toys today. That's very nice. But I also want to get him like Amazon boxes to chew up and play around and everything, because I think those are like the one kind of cardboard environments he can destroy are like what he will play with. So that's why I'm like looking for that. Yeah. But I'm like, I don't need to be emptying my bank account right now. Yeah. So with that in mind, I'm just like, okay, we'll wait for later.
Yeah. So that's why I got him like the chew sticks, because I was like, I figured like, since hamsters chew on everything, I feel like rabbits are like identical in that sense. So I was like looking through the chew toys, and I was like, there's nothing good over here. So that's why I ended up with just the treats. But I was like, y'all need better chew toys.
I mean, I think it's okay to get rabbits some of that homemade stuff, because they like it, and again, they'll chew on anything, so yeah, they ain't that picky. Except Oswald is, in that he won't eat any fucking human food except for bananas. I've tried to get him to eat lettuce and carrots, and he's like, no, gross, disgusting. Maybe I should try cucumbers next. Be like, Oswald, you want a cumber? You want a fucking cumber?
Don't say it like that.
I'm gonna check my Instagram.
Not in this house of God.
My parents have sent me a job posting on Instagram again. No, it's a cute animal. Okay. I was about to say. Yeah, we were talking. Oh yeah, Deja, do you want to see the recent comic I made? Okay. But anyway. Yeah, Deja sent me a TikTok the other day. Actually, it was like a while ago, but still. And it's like when you're looking for... Job hunting in the 21st century is... I've talked about it so much. Is such shit. It's so bad. But the TikTok was making a joke about how like you'll be applying to every job, and then your parents will be like, "Did you check on Google or LinkedIn?" I'll be like, "That's the first place I checked." Crystal Bites, thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. I have to shout you out because there's no one else here.
Shout out this pussy.
I'm going. Please ignore my friend. That wasn't me. I promise. Daisy, you're gonna make people think that fucking. I'm saying that stuff. I need to get you hooked up. I need to get you mic'd. And
To
give
Ivy.
you what?
What?
What? I need to get you hooked up to like a Discord, a call, and then have you be a little shy guy in the corner.
Shy guy.
And Deja loves shy guys. And honestly, I think that's the perfect fucking...
I should be a shy guy for Halloween.
You should. But anyway, thank you, Crystal Bites. It helps a lot. I hope you had a good stream. I'm just working on animation right here with my good friend Deja next to me. The little gremlin that they are. They got my rabbit some good toys, though, so... Deja's Rabbit Santa.
Yeah.
They drink milk. They drink milk and they cuck dads on Christmas Eve. It's like that one song. That song isn't by Michael Jackson, was it?
What?
I saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
It was.
What?
It was.
It was?
I don't know if it was made by them. They sang it.
They sang it.
Because I feel like it gets a bit dicey with Christmas music.
Yeah. Christmas music is never written. It's always been. But the discus... Oh, that's the worst. I hope you find a good new one. Deja loves Spider-Man. So... I'm glad of the...
Spooderman?
Yeah. I'm glad...
I didn't tell you this.
What's up?
You know how they have like the concert orchestras
Yes.
and shit? A&R are going to see one in Hershey.
And you're not... And it is of Spider-Man?
Yeah.
And you're not bringing me...
Into the Spider-Man.
Damn. I want to hear What's Up Danger performed by an orchestra. I would like to know What's Up Danger.
I mean, you can be there if you want.
Okay. I don't want to invite myself along, so... Anyway. Was I just thinking of? Yeah, I mean... I don't know how much I've said it on stream, but I'm glad of the movies you're a fan of for Spider-Man. It's Spider-Verse, because honestly, I feel it is the best adaptation of the source material put to film. Juice sent me a TikTok one time where it's like, give me your... the guy was talking about like spicy Spider-Man film takes, and he was saying it's like, no, Spider-Verse is the boring option. Everyone loves that. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I don't care about the live actions. None of them are good enough. None of them are Spider-Man enough for me. You understand me? I'm not saying Spider-Verse is my favorite. I'm saying I don't care about the other three. And I know I'll get burned as a witch online, but I don't care. I'm sick of live action. Have a good one, Crystal Bites. Yeah, I never... Truth be told, I never hold the streamer who raids me to sticking around because, like, you know, you just streamed for maybe an hour or more. I am, yeah, I mean, up till Spider-Verse came out, I loved Andrew Garfield. But now, even now, I'm like... But back then, I was like, he's not good as Peter Parker. The problem is he isn't a nerd. So...
It was in my straight era. I had the fattest crush on him.
Who? Andrew Garfield?
Yeah.
No. There's some guys you like. Not like, you know, most of them are fictional, but still. Dracula. Yeah, about to say. I'm not gonna out this lesbian here about liking some men, but fucking I can talk
I'd
about
give
Dracula.
it to Dracula.
Yeah.
Anytime, anywhere, any place.
I'm sure there's other ones that are maybe a bit more meat and flesh, but I don't expect it to be Andrew Garfield, and B, I'm not about to again out you like that. So,
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
I enjoy Amazing Spider-Man. It's a fun watch. I fucking, not to be rude, but the biggest thing, and this is why I don't like them. The biggest thing I ever got from the Raimi Spider-Man was fucking Mary Jane being like, "You care about saving lives more than me, your girlfriend." And I'm like, I get that's kind of a part. Literally no one has liked that. Ever since fucking Spider-Man made a deal with Marvel Satan to break up with his wife, fucking no one has liked that part of the comics. And it's been 20 years at this point. So don't put it that everyone loves Dad's Spider-Man, both in the like alternate storylines and in the movies. So clearly that's the thing that needs to be fixed. Did you know that like the comics are very bad right now?
I did not know.
So apparently, besides just working with Norman Osborn, who is apparently reformed, Spider-Man left Mary Jane, not on purpose, on accident, in an alternate dimension where there was only one man, because he was also stuck there. And they ended up there, and they were like, okay, well, we'll get you out. But then Spider-Man left accidentally, and then Mary Jane got stuck there for 20 years. And then she married the guy for some reason, and they had kids in this alternate dimension. So when they came back, she was like, I'm not leaving him and our kids. And now the kids are dead. So, does this sound bad yet? Because
I'm so confused.
Yeah. Which is just on top of them writing Spider-Man to be a general dick to superheroes as he deals with all this. So
they were the only two people and they got married?
Yeah, exactly. Because I guess apparently men and women cannot coexist without getting married and breeding. So is what Spider-Man has to say.
They said, load her up with some kids.
I know, honestly. Even if I was like, even if I conceded, if I was stuck in a dimension with another total stranger who I was sexually compatible with, even if I was like, okay, you know what? We both kind of like each other enough. We both have needs. Why not? I'd be like, we have to make sure. So this is the best part about being lesbian. You don't have to worry about this. We have to make so incredibly sure we do not have kids. Do you know how insane it would be to have kids in an alternate dimension where we are the only two people alive? That would be the most insane, especially when we know one of the umpteenth superheroes back in our home dimension is working to get us out. Do you know how insane it would be if we had kids here now and then brought them there? That would be the stupidest thing we could ever do. Yeah, exactly.
I had something to say and forgot it.
Yeah. So yeah, I have not read them, and truth be told, if I was going to, because I haven't gotten weekly comics in a while, I'll usually get either like one issue or a collection. And if I go back to reading, week to week Spider-Man, it's probably going to be my boy, Miles, because he's great. Miles Nintendo does what Peter Parker said can't. That's not the Sega catchphrase. But anyway, because like he had a Clone Saga, and everyone's like, oh, it's a good Clone Saga. So that's new. And yeah, I would read up on that before I went to Amazing Spider-Man again, because I like Amazing Spider-Man, but it's had issues over the years. Some are good, some are bad, but right now it's in its flop era. What were you gonna say, Deja?
It was a very quick subject change, and I don't know what made me. Ow, fuck! I don't know what made me think about it.
Go on.
But I was just like, because I was sitting here and I was like, you know how lesbians will be like, ooh, I want to impregnate this girl.
Oh my lord, I don't. But you've decided to say it on my stream. We did watch. Okay, don't say the name. For so many reasons, I don't want to say the name. Because we shouldn't give this publicity.
Oh, okay.
The show we watched?
Okay.
The show we watched?
I'm following.
Yes. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of shows on this service, which, I mean, people can already kind of narrow it down from there. But that, like, it's fun to watch as trash TV, but we don't need people to be like, I'm going to go check it out. I'm like, don't. It's a waste of time. that like there was a show with lesbians, real lesbians, and like two of them as a couple had like the whole kid thing figured out. They're like, we got like a process. We have it down to a T on how we want to make this work. And did they have kids? Probably not. But the point is, they clearly had it thought out already. Happy Pride, everyone. DJ, happy Pride.
Oh my god.
What's up?
Because that reminds me, yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
there was this man. He came in and he had I did the whole transaction. He had a coupon.
Yeah.
And the coupon didn't work, so I was like, all right, let me look at it. And usually I never, just because I'm reckless and I'm who I am,
You're
I
a rebel.
don't really be checking like the date on the coupons, just because I forget, or I'm just like trying to get through the transaction so fast I don't think about it.
I don't blame you.
But for some reason, this time I like scrolled up and looked at it, and the coupon expired like 6/28.
Yeah.
And it was yesterday, July 2nd.
Yeah.
So I said to the man, I was like, this coupon expired. And he was like, oh, really? And he was like, will I still be able to use it? And I was like,
Oh my lord.
like, it's expired. I
need
can't
you.
use it. And he was like, well, can you go ask them? Like, talking about Trish and Jen. And I literally turned around.
I would have just done it. And be
I
like,
literally turned around and I looked at Jen and I was like, he has a question, because I'm not finna ask you about putting in an expired coupon when I know the answer is no. So he asked Jen if he could use a coupon, and Jen was like, we can't accept expired coupons. And I was like, you fucking dumbass.
I don't. Yeah, because again, I still don't think it's as. Because the thing you gotta understand, Deja, is and I was in like best case scenario, right? In a kitchen scenario, there's still customers. And like, for example, as a dishwasher, fucking people would come in at like 12 o'clock as we were closing, which means I have to sit there as they ate and wash their dishes when they were like, right? That was my job. But like in the best case scenario, you're in a kitchen, it's pretty hot, you're getting covered in like whatever, basically sewage if you're the dishwasher, and then just like, you know, random shit when you're like cooking and stuff like that. So that's bad. Retail on that end isn't as bad, but for whatever reason, people get real wild about shit, and I don't because when I'm buying something, I'm trying to get in and out.
Exactly.
Both because I don't need it to take forever,
like,
and also because I don't need to like inconvenience this person or my like I just want my thing and I want to leave. That like as easy as possible.
Get it?
When I have a coupon that I know works. I know I got it yesterday. I'll be like, I'm so sorry. I have a coupon. Can I use it? And they'll be like, yes. And that's all I add to it. Because I don't need to do more. Who would need to do more?
Like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't.
People are wilding out with Nick Cannon. Like, what the...
And also today, I didn't tell you in detail, but I told you about that. I mentioned someone thought I counted the crickets wrong.
Yes.
So you know how, like...
Because you work at a pet store and people buy crickets for their... thing, whatever, for their children to eat? Question mark?
I mean, some people say their pets are their children, but so you know how we have like different size bags?
Yes.
So I was using like a pretty, you know, like the large bag, and she wanted 40 small crickets. So you have a giant bag and these little itty bitty crickets, and I literally stood there, counted 40 crickets, put it in the bag, and I'm getting ready to close it up, and she's like, that doesn't look like 40.
Oh my lord.
I'm like, it cannot look like 40.
Have
you want.
Have you ever told them it's like, count? I literally, I think that's what's going to be what loses me like a job in this specific location. It's like someone's going to try that with me, and thanks to my audacity and my autisdacity, fucking, I will look them straight in the eye and be like, I'm tired. Fucking, like, I won't say I'm tired, but I'll be like I'm tired, so fucking, you... check my work. I know I did it right. You can check. So
I feel like I haven't done that because what happened with like Trish and that other guy with the crickets, the one that I had a breakdown about.
Yeah.
And how Trish was like, you shorted him, and I was like, no, the fuck I did not, and like no one had my back. I was like, I think that's why
I wouldn't even care that even if they prove me wrong. I'd be like, okay, I'll fix it. Like, I don't know what else you want me to do.
And I literally, cause I was like, I'm at the point ever since I had like that breakdown about it. Yeah. I was like, I'm at the point where I'm like, I literally don't care. I was like, if they tell me it doesn't look like amount, I'll be like, whatever, and throw more in the bag.
Yeah.
So literally, like, as I did it, I literally stood there and I counted the crickets again. Counted it twice. Still got 40. And I turned to her and I said, I'm still counting 40, but I'll still put more in the bag because I don't feel like fighting with you right now.
Yeah.
So,
I don't give them that. I'm just like, because like at the end, honestly, probably end up putting a little more in than I'm counting because like fucking it's crickets.
I usually do already because I'm like, I probably lost count somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I'm saying. So I'm like.
So that's why when they're always like, this doesn't look like it, and I'm like, I counted over the amount that you gave me.
Like 5 of them dropped in there, and I was like 3.
Yeah.
So fucking because it's crickets, I can't. They yearn to be free. They yearn for cricket freedom.
Like I'm assuming 3 fell in, but maybe it was 5. Like I have no idea, but like. Yeah, and then there was that point where they were like getting on this. They were like, "You have to be exact with your numbers," and I was like, "You can be exact when you're back here counting crickets, but I will not."
This is what I'm saying, right? It's the difference. Like because full disclosure, you helped me get this job. And I appreciate that, but you also know what I'm talking about. When I don't feel like I complain about it as much as you and stuff like that, but I'm like, this pays the bills.
Yeah.
But there's definitely something better, and I'd like to move on to that quickly now. So.
Yeah.
It is decently.
Complaining is my coping mechanism.
Exactly. I mean, it doesn't help that I'm surrounded by people who are like, when are you going to get the new job? I'd be like, I don't fucking know. When is anyone going to hire me? But, you know, at the same time, I'm just like, I'm fucking trying here.
Yeah. Like, I already gave myself a deadline by, like, winter break. So that means, like, December. I want to be at an art gallery, and already the pressure of, like, trying to find a job is stressing me out.
Can I ask you something legit on stream?
What?
Actually, I will mute stream for a minute to ask you this, because fucking I think it's a good idea. We should try it, but if you're like, no, Dylan, absolutely not, I completely understand. Ready?
Super secret business.
Honestly, me and Deja are scheming out here. We're figuring out. Oh yeah, you know what we should talk about on stream?
Pussy?
No, oh my lord. I mean, you can if you want to. Even if you're not getting any.
I almost incriminated myself right there.
We'll talk about it later. I'm muted again. And they just have to go into it, but like we can talk about it later. Anyway, I was gonna say what we need to talk about is fucking like the thing we're talking, because you had the same. You agreed with me on this, and I was like, yeah, it's insane. This is how the world works, and no one cares about
Correct.
it. That like a lot of modern jobs, a lot of jobs today, and I guess for a while now, will just be like, okay, don't sit down. Don't eat, don't go to the bathroom, and just listing off.
Don't take care of yourself.
I know, listing off incredibly basic functions. I do listen. If you work there's degrees of it, right? If you work at, let's say, a restaurant, okay, don't sit down, and probably don't go to the bathroom a lot just for sanitary, you know what I mean? Don't spend your time in the bath. Make sure it happens and then go. But you should be able to eat and drink as much as you want, as long as you're not like stealing from the kitchen and everything. Bring yourself a 5. Yeah, don't exist, says Riku. And fucking, you should be able to bring yourself a banquet from home, label it as yours, and just eat it whenever you have 5 seconds to like stock up on energy, because you're like a hummingbird there running back and forth. If you work at like 5-star resorts or like fancy stuff, then okay, you need to be on point. They're paying you, hopefully, if they're not, then who gives a shit? Hopefully they're paying you like, you know, obscene amount of money to make sure you are, you know, rocking up to what they're trying to provide and stuff like that. If I work at Target, I should be able to sit down at the register with a bottle of water and maybe like a small thing of crackers. And as long as I'm not making a mess, I should be able to do whatever the fuck I want because it's Target and we're getting paid minimum wage. Who cares? Yeah. So the fact jobs are like, no, don't do that stuff. And people are like, yes, it makes sense. I'm like, you people are insane. It's just so insane how we're there. And no one talks about it. Because at the end of the day, we all got bigger issues going on, don't we? Than whatever the hell work wants us to do. But still, I would like to petition a change. Maybe we're thinking about it backwards, you know? Maybe the big problems will be solved if we just start doing little stuff first. I don't know if that's true, but... So, Deja, let me explain to you something. Look at the canvas. So, you see what's happened here? There's this big ship, and their little ship has come from off-screen right here, and slid right in. They slid in their DMs right here. So, now what I'm going to do is they're just going to be floating here. And I'll pop the... Look at Oswald. He munch. Anyway, a little speech bubble will pop on up, and it'll have like a hand in it, and it'll go, gimme, and then money will fall into it because they're pirates. They're trying to rob you of your riches and your bitches. Honestly, Riku, I feel that, and also like, not only should no one care to begin with, but like, why are you looking behind? I would like to argue. Register should be made in such a way that you shouldn't be able to see what's happening behind the counter and behind the thing, because it's a register. It's, you know, it's the people's and the company's money. No one should be like invested snooping on what's going on back there. So I feel you on that, because who cares if you're sitting? You shouldn't be sitting at a register. Okay, then I'm going to start taking money out of the till. Because...
Shoving it in my titties.
You can say that, but then I'm just going to do other stuff then. I need to relax in one way or another. That's either going to be me taking excess money from you guys. Or, you know, sitting down. Please pick one. But yeah, it's wild. Would you say question, because you have more experience in these kind of places, so let me know. Would you say there's like comfort stuff they could do at like a supermarket that makes sense, or no? Besides just sitting down at a...
Give me a fucking chair.
Okay, so yes, so that, and then anything else, or no?
I don't know. I never really thought about it deeply.
Well, that's the thing.
Just because I'm like...
Well, because I would argue they're like, no, we can't let them have that or else they won't work. It's just like, those are different issues. You're not...
I'm like, yeah, my spine is going to break and then I only have 2 more years left because I can't stand anymore.
I know.
I'm out of a job.
Like, you are conflating 2 different things. They can have... It's like... Because fucking do kindergarten rules. It can be on an individual levels. Hey, fucking Billethy. I notice you're like...
Billethy?
I notice instead of working, you're sitting in the chair.
Billethy?
Billethy. I notice instead of working at all, you're just kind of sitting in the chair we've provided you and playing Flappy Bird. If you don't pull your shit together, we're just gonna like not let you sit down and also not let you have your phone while you're working. And if we catch you doing it again, you're fired. Like, is that... Yeah. What else? Go on.
Because even... Like, and I get it sometimes, like, when we're, like, short-staffed, and it's like, I have to take my break later.
Yeah.
But it's also, like, this is a reason why my back is breaking right now, and I need to sit down.
But fucking... Like, what else are managers for, if not that for that specific reason of saying, hey, you, work. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they doing anything... what else are they doing... specifically? And if the answer is then Heck, half the fucking time I see a manager at work, they're just kind of like, yo, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
So it shouldn't be too crazy to be like, hey, every now and then when you say, yo, what's up, make sure they're not abusing the stuff we let them do. They're already kind of doing that because they're making sure you're not, stealing like we just said, so. What's so crazy? Oswald is napping. He's getting comfy. Anyway. Deja, help me finish this film and then we can get rich in Hollywood together. Deja, let's travel back to 1930s Hollywood and make our way as stars.
Am I allowed in that?
No, my lord.
period?
I was hoping you weren't. Does that come... Okay. Legit question. This is like... You know that clip that keeps coming up with Spider-Man where it's like, have you heard the N-word like that kind of stuff? Have you seen that clip or no?
No.
Okay, it's fucking Miles and all the Spider people are like, have you heard the N-word less? And he's like, no one's told it to me from like another race to my face. And then Miguel is like, are you ready? So, but I was gonna say,
I think, yeah.
But anyway, it's a TikTok clip to be clear. But is that something that is just always on your mind? Like when you think about time periods, it's like, am I allowed? Is this a good place for me right now, currently?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I wouldn't say all the time, but I do think. I think about like the excitement of it first, and then I'm like, hold on, do I have rights back then? It's like as actively today in time, my rights are being taken away left and right. I'm like, could I survive back then even? So. No,
I legit because like I like history. I was thinking about this. Do you remember in like our different classes how we would have history books and like usually it was like they had sections, but usually it just kind of read like a story through it. Where it'd just be like section 1A, this happened, section 1B. It wasn't like a math textbook where it's like, and here are the problems, you know what I mean? Like it was pretty straightforward from like this date to this date, next to next. I was like, I need to just start buying those because like I would like to learn more about those different histories that weren't in school, and those textbooks definitely exist. And specifically what I was thinking of for like fiction writing, I was like, I need to learn about the histories of places before all that stuff went down. Because even if it was a long time ago, there was a before time, and there was history to that. And I think it's interesting because, we think of that, we conflate that with our world so much nowadays. But meanwhile, there were whole cultures and stuff beforehand that you could just that you could study to learn what it was like before that was a problem. And that's good.
But also what that reminded me of, I was watching 60 Days In the other day.
What were you watching?
60 Days In.
I don't know what that is.
It's a show on A&E, and basically they get like regular civilians to come into their jail.
Oh my lord.
To like see what the problems are with their jails.
Yeah.
And like, don't even get me started on that. But
they just studied up on the prison complexes, and they're like, oh, it's all bad.
But yeah, that's the premise of the show. Mm-hmm. And there was this girl, Ashley. She's a white woman, mind you.
Uh-huh.
And what they did to her in there was horrible. It was gross. They literally like made her stand there for like all night just being naked because they wouldn't give her clothes. So she was just like...
I need to put like a trigger warning on this stream. So. I try not to talk about this stuff, but I'll let it continue as long as we don't get, too in detail. Go on.
But yeah, so basically, like, that was it. And then she was, like, saying, like, in the interview, she was like, I have never been oppressed before. And I was just like... Damn,
just come out and say it.
I was just like, did you really just say that right now?
I mean, she's got a point.
I know, I was like, yeah, but I was just like... For her to just like...
Well, she's being real about it. She was like, I never went through anything that bad before.
Mm-hmm.
So.
She was like, I've never been oppressed like this. And I was just like, yeah.
So... But that's what I'm talking about, because I feel like, how people will talk about just like, where is this problematic thing in this piece of medieval fiction or whatever? And people are just like, does it need it? That's the stuff I'm thinking of. It's like when I'm world building, what was stuff like that, before a lot of that stuff came into history and became so prominent? And then, where can we go from there? How can we build off of that? Yeah. So, if you're sensitive to that kind of topic, don't watch 60 Days In, apparently. So.
It was season 5.
Season 5. Yeah, There's a lot of. I mean, like I said, Deja's. We're not gonna get into it more, but Deja's learned all about different like prison stuff. Blah blah blah. You were doing it for like an assignment one time, right?
I honestly don't even remember. I just remember like being very, very into it and being like, "Oh, this is fucked up."
It's messed up. How things work, how things are.
Oh, I know what it was.
What was
it? It was like, I think when I was in high school, like one of my teachers like talked about like that Netflix documentary. I forgot what it was called. But it was like about, I think
the Bob Ross
amendment?
story.
I don't remember what the fuck it was. But they like mentioned that it was on Netflix, and then I watched it, and then I was like, that started like the rabbit hole I went down.
A
I was
YouTube
like, this
rabbit
shit is
hole.
fucked up.
I'm listening to Mario Kart music right now as we talk about this. Yeah. I wonder if Netflix is gonna start turning stuff around. Because.
Oh, 13th. That's what it was.
Oh.
About the 13th Amendment, I think.
Okay. Well, then obvious.
Yeah, the 13th Amendment.
Trigger warning for that. Because, you know. Very nasty history there. It should go without saying. And I think Deja knows this too. But, like, obviously it's important to talk about this stuff. But generally when I try to do my streams, I'm just like, hey guys, let's not think about how awful things are right now and in general. Because, you know, that's all the time, forever. Speaking of escapism, I've been playing lots of Tears of the Kingdom, and there was a point not too long ago I was like, is this the end of the game? But no, and I've just kind of kept going. I was like, okay, I thought it was the end of the game, so it's time to explore everywhere. Make sure I don't end the game without doing a bunch of extra stuff. Are you just reading about that kind of stuff on stream right now? What? Okay. I was waiting for you to look up from your phone and be like, hey guys, do you want to know the most messed up thing I just learned? I'd be like, Deja, no! Huh. Huh.
Pretty cool.
Oswald did a sneeze. I wish it was easier to make cartoons because, you know, we're talking about escapism and stuff like that. And boy, oh boy, would I like to already have my own pirate story written out. I need to convince Deja to read One Piece. Because it's one of those things where I feel like I know for a fact they would like it if they read it and everything. I don't know about watched it. I don't know how much big Deja is on watching anime for a long time, but
I don't watch anime in so long.
Like, well then read One Piece. Okay, you're playing the freaking choices game on mobile. You're playing that smut.
We don't need to talk about my serotonin like that.
Play that smut choose your own adventure.
Yes, but what about it?
No, I'm just saying, consider One Piece because it's also good and it would give you serotonin. So, I do love me some smuts.
I just cracked my
Don't
head.
get it twisted.
What if I snap my entire spine?
What if? You know, like
Would
what?
that make me feel better?
Are you okay? Like, kind of genuinely. I'm worried about you, man. I was like, something is wrong here. And something was wrong here. You know? I think we all need a nap. Honestly, probably.
It's been a long day.
But
It's been a long day.
it's been a long day. It's been a long life. I would love to just hang out for a bit. But, I don't know. Oh no, Deja. You know what I mean?
I guess.
You're not being very supportive right now. You're just gonna leave me out to dry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to relate to you about stuff. And you're like, whatever. Whatever.
Whatever, white man.
Damn. Did you watch Wednesday?
I didn't finish it because they pissed me off.
That's fair. Don't say anything.
Because I was like, if they do this one thing that I think they're gonna do, and I don't want them to do, I'm not gonna finish this. And then I did it.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking, Deja, I will Venmo you $2. I will Venmo you $3 a fucking month to Pig.
Is that a pig that I see?
It is. He changed his name to Fantastic Mr. Pig, so he's still Mr. Pig, but
Fantastic Four.
Exactly. But anyway, I will Venmo you $3.
A pig and a Fantastic Four suit.
I will. I'll do that later. Also, I came up with that. I'm not trying to take credit for it, but Pig was trying to think of new names.
A white man taking credit.
You know what? don't you come at me with that, Deja. Fucking Pig's a white guy from Africa, so like, we're not gonna start this competition. Anyway, but he was trying to think of different names because Mr. Pig, just that is taken. Mm-hmm. And I was like, give it a good adjective because you're amazing, and you can be like, give it a bit of flair. I was gonna say, I'm trying to say, Deja, I'll Venmo you $3 a month to read One Piece, and that's $1 more than you will need to read One Piece. Do you understand what I'm saying? It will only take $2 a month.
The whole $3.
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, technically it's one because you'll be spending 2 of them on the app to read it. But then after that,
Got it. I had something to say and forgot it.
I mean, legit, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I know it's a lot of chapters, but Deja's a writer, and they would love how these things are done.
Am I a writer?
Are you a writer? Persnickety Mr. Pig. I don't know what that adjective means. Did you ever read Series of Unfortunate Events, Deja, as a kid?
Yeah.
And you did? Gotcha. I missed out on some of those kid series. I didn't read no fucking Animorphs.
I'm literally trying to make my own, so I gotta go back and read.
What? Animorphs? What kid series?
Kid series.
I read the Jack Sparrow kid series as a kid, which was kind of fun. I don't see you with any 13-volume book series out. Do I, Deja? So maybe you need to not come at it so hard. You ever think about that? Acting like you're better than it? Maybe you need to calm the fuck down. Maybe that's what you need to do. Anyway. Well, they're just saying, But yeah. About to say. I love me some pirate adventures. I mean, I was just talking about One Piece, so. Oh yeah, but okay. I don't know if you're. Tell me if this interests you at all. But think about it this way: is that so? Do you know the basic premise of One Piece, Deja?
No.
Can I tell it to you, or are you just so beyond this guy? Are you just please stop talking about this?
I mean, you can tell it to me.
Okay. But okay. So in a world dominated mostly by ocean and stuff like that, there was a king of the pirates named Gold Roger, right? Mm-hmm. And before his execution, 20 years ago, someone asked him, "Where did you hide all your treasure? You found it, didn't you? You found the legendary One Piece, which is a legendary treasure. It's like El Dorado, basically. No one knows what the One Piece is, but Gold Roger apparently found it, right? And before he died, he said, I did find it. It's somewhere in the world, and it's yours if you can go out there and get it, right? So then the series follows the main crew, whose captain is Luffy, as they kind of go around. They're basically circumnavigating the globe, hoping to get to the place they think the One Piece is, right? And there's 2 reasons. I'm like trying to pitch to you to read it. One of them is, it's good, and I know you like good fiction. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then the second reason is, it's going to end sometime in the next few years, because he's already confirmed that. Like, we're on the final, like, saga, like, you know, couple hundred chapters or whatever. And right now, we are alongside everyone else in the world, where there is no possible way for you or me to know what the One Piece is, because it hasn't been shown in the story yet, right? And it would be very easy after it's shown for you to either accidentally or on purpose find out what the One Piece is. Whereas for the past real world 20 years in reality, no one knows what it is. It is a mystery in real life. So I think that's a very good, and I also think reading it is the best way to experience it, because the anime goes up and down a lot of the times, just being like, up and we're gonna mess around, but like the manga, I would argue, is altruistic. It is, he has gone to long lengths to make sure it is a good realization of his vision. I'm sorry, I'm done now. Thank you, Meat. I appreciate you. Yeah, Animorphs is different. Animorphs is an altruistic vision brought to life by a very determined man. It's a drug trip, apparently. Do you know the kind of stuff they get up to in that series?
No.
Apparently they convince Hitler to kill himself. They go back in time. And also they commit war crimes. Them getting stuck as animals is like the start of it. Like, the idea that you could be a lion for the rest of your life is just like the beginning. The series is ending. Well, to be fair, Riku, it's been very good up till now. And while I could be confident in that One Piece could be good forever, maybe, like, it's usually better for things to end on a high note than just go on for more than they want it. And some people would argue they don't want One Piece anymore. Not fans of it, but, you know, people who are just like, it's so long. I mean, Deja, have you... Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do the math right now. This is not going to be good math. This is not going to encourage you to read this. There are currently 1,085 chapters at about 20 pages apiece. Have you never read 21,700 pages before, Deja? It is a comic, so like some of those are
probably
pages.
Like altogether in my life.
Altogether. Well, I read it, so therefore, am I ahead of you? Am I winning? Am I winning at the contest of reading, Deja? What is that? What are you watching?
You're not seeing that?
No. Wait, should I? It's about a song, so I'm gonna mute again, and I can hear.
Yeah.
Okay, Deja was updating me on the latest trends.
Because I'm a cool kid.
There's a good film about the search for El Dorado by Werner Herzog called Aguirre, The Wrath of God. That's a wild title for a film.
Pussy.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, Oswald's eating again, and Deja's very happy about that. Deja's very happy that my rabbit likes the treats they got him. Anyway, Deja will now never read the comic I'm suggesting to them. I'm trying to think, is there another...
I haven't been reading like I was. Because I just haven't had time, and I've been tired.
Well, have you read stuff on your phone, or no?
I have, but like...
Oh, give me a second.
It's tricky because it's like... When I'm on my phone, I'm not...
Yeah.
Reading.
But like...
Or like when I am...
Don't pay attention to this. Anyway, go on.
When I am... It like... For me to actually, like, be dedicated to read on my phone, like, I have to, like, actually, like, want to read. Like, how I would... Especially if it was, like, a book that I want to read, because I think that's why the books I was reading on my iPad, I was, like, able to, like, breeze through those, because I was, like, it was actually a series I wanted to reread. So it was easy for me. By, like, a physical book more. I can get
I
into that
gotcha.
more. So.
But I was just gonna be
But
like,
since I've been having like all these fucking car rides and shit, I'm gonna read it on my phone.
well, that's what I'm saying. Well, are you driving or are you like?
I never drive.
Okay, you drive with me because I hate driving more than you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because like, as long as you have the app, this is all you gotta do when you're getting through One Piece and everything. Just and their child stabs himself. That's cool. But anyway. You should have been. We were not live when it happened, but Pig has famously been like, I'm not going to read One Piece because I don't like the art style. And, you know, that was his thing. And me and Stealth, who both love it, were like, okay. And then he came to us and he's like, oh, I started One Piece. No one told me it had good world building. And we're like, Pig, the thing that everyone who's ever praised One Piece has said about it, that it's world building, the thing everyone has said for the past 20 years about the comic. And he was just like, why are you so mad? And it's just because, like, everyone knows this, Pig. I think I should just have it... Okay, actually, you know what I'll do? I'll make a little circle right here. And then that'll be the thing.
Circle of my ass?
Sure, why not?
Circumference of my ass.
What is the circumference of your ass, Deja? Give us the measurements right now.
I don't know the measurements. Oh my god. Did I tell you that?
What's
no,
that?
I didn't tell you. I made a joke about it through TikTok because it was like relatable. But when I tried on that skirt that I got, the plaid skirt that I like bought years ago, I put that John back on and it was tight, bro. I could not fit it anymore. I was like, damn.
Oh my goodness. Someone out there, without even knowing what you look like really, because you don't show your face on my streams, is just drooling at the mouth. They're being like, oh. And just down. Also, I get that, Riku. But think about this. You can celebrate the end of One Piece in his memory. As he might have. When everyone is just like, the best thing. The best series of all time. Has reached its long-awaited conclusion. But I do often think about that. When it comes to long-running series. Just like the fans who may not be able to see its ending for one reason or another. Ever watched Nun Piece? No. There is Two Piece, which is a parody. I think made by the creators of the show. But I haven't watched that either. Honestly, you want to know something? I want to do a short stream today. I'm like, I don't want to worry about being at 11 and they're just like, I gotta go, and I'll be like, I didn't even get done to stream. So,
Pussy.
Oh my lord, let's find someone. Let's raid someone. 2 short streams, but these have been kind of sleepier streams, honestly. So I'm gonna come back with art on.
Come back with this pussy.
Oh my, you need to be. You are not appropriate. You are not appropriate, Deja.
Am I ever?
Oh my goodness.
It's a better question,
question.
guy. Woo!
So I'm gonna be back on. What was I thinking of? Sunday with art and stuff.
But then I'll be on a cruise.
Yes, Deja will be away, unfortunately.
Sail.
And then that day we will have longer streams. So I hope to see all of you then. Who should we raid? How about we raid Miss Dolopdes? Because I'm not gonna be able to hang around. But if you haven't checked her out, she's cool. She's a lesbian, much like Deja.
Woo!
Hooray, hooray, lesbians.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. So yeah, I'll see y'all then. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Bye.